United Nations envoy for Syria, Staffan de Mistura, says he's appalled and shocked by the high number of attacks on civilian areas in regime-held Aleppo. Rebel fighters are holding areas of western Aleppo. They were recaptured as part of a rebel offensive to break the siege of the eastern part of the city. The regime has also accused rebels of using chlorine gas. Hospitals have reported cases of suffocation among civilians, but haven't cited a cause. Rebels have strongly denied that they've used chlorine. Well, Abubakr al Shamahi joins us now from Gaziantep in Turkey, near the border with Syria. Abubakr, what exactly is the latest then on this rebel offensive?
The fighting on Sunday concentrated on the apartments, the 3,000 apartments housing project in Hamdaniya, which the rebels want to use as a base to take on the military academy, which is essentially the gateway to western Aleppo. And there's been claims and counterclaims now as to how the fighting is actually going. The regime say that they've actually reversed some of the rebel gains since the offensive started on Friday, in particular taking the village of Minyan outside of Aleppo in the countryside. Now the rebels have denied that. And as you mentioned, the other claim is the use of chlorine gas. The regime have accused the rebels, and actually the rebels have also accused the regime of using gas. And both sides have released images of civilians appearing to be affected by suffocation, but it's unclear as to what exactly is the cause of that. And it should be remembered that this comes around a week after the UN did say that the regime had used chlorine and toxic gas in the past in the conflict in Syria. What is definite is the number of, or the amount of people who've died. We're looking at over 40 civilians now who've been killed since the offensive started on Friday. And rebels, for their part, are saying that civilians should be staying at home and in shelters.
Abubakr, we mentioned Staffan de Mistura's comments there a few moments ago. Is that likely to have any effect on the rebels whatsoever? How much sway and say and control does the West have over this rebel offensive?
Well, Staffan de Mistura has come out quite heavily in condemning the rebels. He said that he's appalled and shocked by the high number of rockets indiscriminately launched, and that there's no justification for indiscriminate launch of rockets into civilian areas. For the rebel part, they basically, in terms of how they feel towards the UN and towards de Mistura in particular, is that they haven't done enough to end the siege on eastern Aleppo, and then they haven't done enough to end the war in Syria. And they also feel that de Mistura in particular has been played by the Assad regime over the past couple of years in terms of the proposals that have been suggested that ended up coming to nowhere. So for their part, it looks like his words may fall on deaf ears.
Okay, Abubakr, thank you.